So this is John Kennedy. This is Senator John Kennedy. This is the picture that he is using for his talk right now, and it is quite insane. He's using this from a movie, which is insane.
Mr. President, this is a photograph of the alien from the movie Alien. In late August, the FDA found that raw frozen shrimp from Indonesia was being sold in Walmart.
Okay, so I actually looked this up earlier when my whole entire script wasn't useless. And when I looked this up earlier, it was wild because apparently, like, I don't know if it was the FDA or who, I don't know, it was someone who said that actually it wasn't that big of a deal, and that that it really wouldn't have hurt many people, but that it was recalled and people should not eat it and it was thrown away, and that you could take it back to Walmart for a refund. They were from Indonesia, but he's saying like, oh, this is why we shouldn't get this stuff from other countries, which is wild because it was from a nuclear waste is what it was from. Somehow it got in to the shrimp, and we actually in America, like even in Missouri, there was like a nuclear plant and the waste was getting into the waterways and a lot of people got sick. It's also in Illinois too. It's in the soil in Illinois. They've buried a lot of the nuclear waste like underground and in America. And so it has been like poisoning us. Like it's been getting in our waterways. It's been getting in our soil. And the article I was reading earlier was actually saying that in America, we already do have this kind of like nuclear waste in our water, in our soil, not everywhere, but like there are places where they have buried that nuclear waste. And so, but it was like really big online for a little while. It was like radioactive shrimp. What's going to happen next? Oh my God. And it's because we want to have these nuclear bombs and the waste, they have to do something with the waste, and we don't know how to handle it properly. And so now it is contaminating food and water and soil. But apparently that's what happened in Indonesia too. They also had like radioactive contamination with the shrimp. So that's what he's talking about. And he's using a fake image from a movie to try to prove his point, which is honestly insane. It's like so insane. I saw this and I kind of forgot it happened, and then it popped up on my feed again the other day and I was like, oh, I gotta talk about this. This is hilarious.
Specifically in Walmart stores in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Texas, and West Virginia. It was being sold under the Walmart label called the Great Value label. If you eat it, how could you end up looking like the alien in the Alien?
You won't. You won't end up looking like that. But like the thing is you won't. A lot of this contamination is like already in our soil and already in shit, because we also don't handle nuclear waste very well in this country either.
Because the shrimp was radioactive. I kid you not.
It was. It
had a radioactive isotope in it.
It did.
Called cesium-137. It'll kill you. Turn you into the alien if you eat this stuff. I guarantee you'll grow an extra ear.
This is insane.
That was bad enough. Obviously, the FDA issued a recall.
Well, yeah, so they did issue a recall, but I also think it's interesting because I mentioned this like a couple weeks ago in one of the headlines. Like that was right around the same time that they were defunding the group that in the FDA that like monitors food safety and like looks at different foods and makes sure there's like not contamination and shit. And so this happened around the same time they were also getting defunded. So just want to put that out there.
A few days later, it happened again.
It happened again. They issued a recall. That it happened again because because you're defunding government agencies that are supposed to take care of this. And I'm not even saying our food safety is even that great to begin with in America, because it's really, I mean, there's a lot of work we could do on food safety in America. Even in America, that we have all this nuclear waste, just like essentially poisoning people. It doesn't kill you right away, but like it could give you like cancer and stuff. That's what happened in like in Missouri. There was actually nuclear waste in Missouri that was poisoning people, and Cori Bush actually did an amendment that passed. It passed in the big beautiful bill, which sucks that passed, but it was good that her amendment was put in there and it was passed, and it was to give financial aid to those people who have been affected by that nuclear waste.
The FDA and NOAA, which I'll talk about in a second, found that there were 26,460 packages of shrimp cocktail and 18,000 bags of frozen cooked shrimp being sold. Once again,
it sounds like he's farting. What is that noise? Do you hear that noise? Is it just like the chair? Is the chair squeaky? Like, what is that noise?
At Walmart and at Kroger's throughout the United States, containing the same radioactive isotope.
And he keeps pointing to the picture like that picture has anything to do with anything.
Because that shrimp from other countries, which don't abide by the same rules that we abide by in America.
There are people in Illinois. I have a friend who has a friend who was talking to me about it, and he said like they even got like money from the government from it because they lived in an area where they had buried the nuclear waste. It was getting into the soil, it was getting into the water, and so a lot of people in that area were getting cancer and were getting all sorts of different diseases, and so the government actually had to like give them money because there were all these people who were like suffering from it. And so that's not true. Like we also don't we might have better food standards than like some places, but to be honest, like we could do a lot better on that, and them defunding the group that's supposed to look over it is not helpful in this at all. Also, putting a picture of a fake alien from a freaking movie isn't helping either.
If you eat it, it may turn you into the alien, and at a minimum will cause you to grow an extra ear.
At a minimum. He said at a minimum. Look, that's insane.
It's not being inspected.
Yeah, okay, well then you need to talk to your man about that, bro. Talk to Doge. What are you saying? Okay, then talk to your man about that.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be inspected by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. We call it NOAA. It's part of the department.
Oh, okay, yeah, we've been defunding NOAA. What are you saying? Yeah, talk to your man then. Talk to Doge. What are you saying? They've been defunding NOAA, have they not?
Department of Commerce. And yes, they're inspecting some of it, about 1%. On a good day, 2%. The United Kingdom inspects 50%.
I wonder why. Because they don't have teenagers going into these different government agencies and firing everyone. Like this is a wild thing to say. This is a wild thing to say after they have defunded all these different government agencies. They have fired all these different people from government agencies, and to be like, our government agencies aren't working like they're supposed to. Yeah, no shit.
of the foreign seafood coming into its nation. Even China does a better job.
That doesn't surprise me. I don't know why he says even China does a better job. Yeah, no, it's not it's not as surprising as you think it is.
In the United States of America. This is unconscionable, Mr. President. There's no excuse for it. There is no excuse for it. This shrimp, and I'm not just picking on Indonesia, it's other countries. This shrimp is grown in conditions that you can't possibly imagine. Dirty water. They shoot the shrimp full of antibiotics.
Dude, okay, see, and this is actually something I'm very knowledgeable on. What he's saying is wild because we have the same practices in America. Like if you were to see like how we produce the food that we do in this country, it's disgusting. It's insane. And actually there have been a lot of scientists and a lot of people who have been ringing the alarm even before they have defunded a lot of these agencies, because a lot of people have been saying, these conditions that we are creating within food and with animal production are ripe for a new virus, are ripe for antibiotic resistance to happen, because we also give antibiotics to in our animal agriculture. And so this is something we also do, and we have a lot of issues, and we never really handled it well before, and now we're definitely not handling it well because they've been defunding all these agencies that are supposed to look at this stuff.
I confess I didn't know they were shooting them full of this radioactive isotope.
No, they weren't. They got contaminated. They weren't shooting them up with it. It got contaminated. Not saying that's okay, because it's not okay. But like, that's not what happened.
But the normal antibiotics that they put in these foreign shrimp are bad enough. That if you eat enough of the foreign shrimp, you become resistant to certain bacteria here in America, because the antibiotics don't work on it anymore, because you've eaten so much.
To be fair, he is doing whatever this is with the deli shrimpers.
That contains antibiotics. This is unconscionable, and it should not be happening in the United States of America. Now, I'm biased. I believe in homegrown Louisiana shrimp.
Oh yeah, so that's probably why he's doing it.
Out of the Gulf.
I get that. I mean, I get it. He's trying to do that. I understand. He's trying to help that. I just think this was a wild way to do it. I think this was a wild thing to put up there.